Hey, it's me again with no intro and just some weird faces. Anyways, taking the blue blood palette from Jeffree Star that I spilled eyelash glue on, and taking this light blue shade that I don't know the name of, and on a fluffy brush putting it in Cut Crease. And building it up until it's at the intensity that I like I always do, because I don't like putting a bunch on and then having to blend the crap ton out. You can always add more, but you can't always take away. And then next, I'm taking the color right next to it, which I also don't know the shade of because I don't have the shades memorized, and taking it on a flatter brush. It's not really dense, it's just kind of like a flat shape, and putting it in the deeper part of my crease, kind of blending it upwards, just so it's not like a harsh line. And then I also took my previous brush and blended it to, yep, there we go, just to make sure it's no harsh line. So you don't want that. And then taking the darkest shade, which is called Undertaker, I know that one, and putting it on a pencil brush, putting it in the deepest part of my crease, just trying to deepen it up, give it kind of like a gloomy vibe. And then I blended it with the other brushes too, just to make sure it's not just make sure it's blended. And then with my concealer and a tiny itty bitty elf brush, I'm making a cut crease, but instead of a normal cut crease shape, making a cloud shape, which I just kind of made little bumps, I guess. You'll see how I don't make just a straight, not straight, but curved, even line. I kind of made it like little bumpy. And then just putting it on my actual lid too. And I brought it out pretty far, almost to the end of my eyelid. And then I'm taking, what am I taking? Oh, the white shade. I don't know the name of. I only knew the name of one shade. But anyways, taking that shade on a flat brush, I'm going to pack it on the concealer that I put down, so that, it doesn't crease. And I'd be really careful with the little cloud bumps, I don't know, because otherwise it would have smudged. And I put it on dry first, and then I went through and went back over it with my brush sprayed. And then I'm taking the same color that I put in my crease in that same order, and putting it on my outer corner kind of, but in like an angle, so it kind of looks like an angled liner type deal. And starting with the light blue shade and then just working my way to the darkest one. And using on a more flat brush, it's not super dense. And then there's the darker bluish shade. I think this is as dark as I went. I don't think I'd put Undertaker right there. But I'm putting Undertaker underneath on my lower lash line, then blending it out with the darker blue shade. The second shade I used. While making some weird faces, but we all do that when we're doing stuff like that. There we go, blending it out. And then I'm taking this Stila liquid eyeshadow in the shade Freedom, I think it's called, and putting it on my inner corner as a little highlight, or like a base to my highlight, because I still added powder on top. And then I'm taking this BH Cosmetics palette, taking the white shade, putting that on top of the liquid eyeshadow, and on my brow bone, I also added some liner and mascara. I just don't like to put that on camera because I feel like it's really boring and there's no point. Then I'm taking the blue shade from the same BH palette on an ABH eyeshadow brush that comes in their palettes because it's really nice for highlighting. I'm putting it on my nose, cupid's bow, and cheeks. And then with my cheek highlight, I put it on dry and then spray my face with a little bit of setting spray and then go back over it. It just adds a nice little pop. Instead of spraying my brush, because then I feel like it just kind of like sticks to one area and doesn't blend as well. Or putting a cream underneath. And then lastly, well no, not lastly actually, I've put lashes on. But I'm taking this black liquid lipstick from Baby Bat Beauty, and I think the shade name is Raven. And just applying that, and I actually stayed in frame the entire time this time. I'm learning. Unlike all my other ones where I have to cut out most of the lipstick part because I'm like halfway out of the screen. And then after this, just applying some lashes. And I think the lashes I used are from Cosmic Lashes on Instagram in the style Warrior. Or Not Your Sweetheart, one of those two. I can't remember. They'll be on my Instagram somehow, eventually. And then after I put on my lashes, with my one missing nail, that is it, and I'll insert some, like, little clips of the final look, and please go watch all my other videos and subscribe.